And the Spartans will put total leather to crank us up. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We've had a few receivers win the Heisman in recent years. Devontae Smith was special. Travis Hunter on a different level, playing both ways. But what does it take for a receiver to receive this type of Heisman hype, Jesse?
Well, you have to keep making plays when everybody in the world knows the quarterback's throwing you the football, and that's what those Heisman Trophy winners were able to do. You think back to guys like Desmond Howard. He stepped up whenever he had an opportunity on the biggest stages, and that's what this guy has to do today.
Well, and that's for everybody, right? Down the stretch when it matters most, you have to be elite, but for a receiver, it's hard because you're dependent on a quarterback. He's got to get you the football, but making those big splash plays throughout a season, and listen, he started off the year putting up great numbers. It's just got to continue.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Rush is on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Halted in the 1st down and more. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Working that left side now.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Sends it back in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got out of trouble and throws. Right on the money. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Dumps it off in the flats. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. If you consider the swing. It's an extension of the running game. Well, they shut down the run and the swing on that one.
No doubt. Locked him down. Great job seeing it right away. Eyes on the running back. As soon as they threw it, multiple guys breaking on the football, getting to him, not letting him do any damage after the catch.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the 1st quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Got the back over the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Grabs it in the middle. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Play number 10 on this series. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Pulls it in. It's Reinbold. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. His range, but he had just enough. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. So the Michigan State Spartans offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receivers got...
Touchdown, Spartans! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Give to the running back. Turning it on! They trip him up, but not before he has a huge gain and sends a bolt of momentum into the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. 22. Power ahead. And he'll take it in for a touchdown.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Snagged in the middle. It's Dobbs. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Spartans can really attack on this second and short. Keeps it on the bootleg. Fires to the right. It's complete. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Spartans are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Wide open downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State. The big tight end, always able to make the defense pay.
And tight ends have evolved so much in football. Man, these guys are like wide receivers now, and you see why. Got the athletic ability, the big bodies, throw to them, and they'll make big plays for you.
He'll start the return inside his 5. they bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play, the drop.
Gonna let it fly. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Strolls into the end zone for a touchdown.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning. Might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. Breaks into the open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Let's go. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
He's got his man. There he goes. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going for the goal line. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's third and goal from the 1. He'll keep it on the sneak. No gain on the play. They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. He'll go to the sneak. Scores on the sneak.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. They'll start this drive with a pass. It's caught. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
First down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it left. Got his man. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And back to the air on 2nd down. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Touchdown, Sparty! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
How about the bomb? The Hail Mary coming out, and the offense executes it great. They throw the ball deep. Where's the defense? Man, you know this ball is going deep. You know they need it. They got to have it. And the defense just doesn't play great, doesn't get to the football to make a play.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Tulane has the lead right now, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves yet inside Yulman Stadium. They're up by 4 over East Carolina. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Finds his man down the middle. There he goes. Pass to 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Spartans.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Offense in a bunch formation. Power football with the run. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Trying to impose their will with the run. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Swings it out to the flat. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. He's looking downfield to throw. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And here comes the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Takes it on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Trying to take it back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big throw.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play.
Holding.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The give to the tailback. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. Finds a crease at the 20. Hard-hitting tackle.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
It's first down from the 11. They'll give it to the back. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Into the end zone for a touchdown. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target, then make the big play, get the touchdown.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll keep it himself. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. We've been treated to an offensive clinic so far through three quarters as we take a look at the stats. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. They've got the screen set up. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're...
Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous now.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Bunch formation for these receivers. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that third down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
Still running at the 40. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Makes the grab on the left. It's just got some room, headed to the goal line. He's got it, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
1st and 10.
Out of bounds at the 38. That's a first down for the offense.
To the air on 1st down. On target. Drills him with the stiff arm. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield. 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the 1st down. And the Spartans will hustle to the line. Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Spartans with the 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Intercepted to stop the threat. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Got 8 on 1st down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
2nd down coming up.
He might want another play. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a